Okay, so what is going on YouTube? Back with another video mixed up. And today we're going to be looking at my vocal chain for 2024. So obviously not every vocal chain is the same. God's sake, it shouldn't be anyway. But I'm going to give you sort of like my overall approach to rap vocals in 2024 and what I have been doing anyway. And I've decided to pick up a new tune that I was working on in 2023 now. It's called Shop. I'll put the link below. It's a sick song. It's doing all right. I always see people doing like nice dance videos and that to it.
Legacy, ain't got the time, so I free all the G's, ease, all of my Eeps, young, wild and free, we walk through the street, eats, if she feel hungry.
But yeah, I like it. It's strong vocal. There's not much else going on. The beat's very simple, so I thought it was a good place for us to start. Anyway, let's have a listen to the beat and the reference that they've sent so we can get an idea of how we're going to approach this. Obviously, I've already mixed this tune, but we're going to mix the vocals again today.
Job, yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales, live with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan.
Nice. So as you can see, it's a very powerful vocal, but it's very relaxed. You know, the whole beat is quite chill and it's meant to be sort of just mellow, laid back, but very dominant. And from what he's done in the reference, it's quite close to the ear from what I can see. So anyway, let's pull up our vocal. So I've already mixed the beat. Creating a lot of space in there. So, but what we'll do is, and this is how I would normally do it. Obviously, I would get the beat to where I think I'm happy with it. Then I would approach the vocal, and I would normally start with the like main verse, basically, and then I'd build out from there. So this song only has 1 verse, so we're cool. And let's pull up this vocal. So firstly, what we're trying to do is get the vocal in like a position like gain stage wise and volume wise that it's sitting nicely within the beat. I'm not trying to add plugins to the channel strip just so I can hear it. Like I should be in a position where I can pull up this vocal and get it in a good place against the beat.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales, live with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the ear and I was calling. Rally so cause I'm on the ball, literally. If you
Cool, that sounds nice to me. In a good spot. Now, what I will do here, my first go-to is to top and tail the vocal. So I just grab a Stock Logic EQ and I'll take my low end and I always shift this up to like 36, quite a steep cut. And we're just going to take too much away and then we're going to bring it back in. This is where I'll solo the vocal.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales, live with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the ear and I was calling. Rally so cause I'm on the ball, literally.
So about there's nice. I don't want to take anything away from his vocals. He's got quite a deep vocal anyway, so we can keep all of that stuff in, but just any like unnecessary low end rumble. And then the highs on the vocals I don't touch until maybe later if I need to. So once I've done with that, then I'll pick another EQ here. And I use the Pro Q3, and then this is where I'll basically do some like surgical EQ, just tidying stuff up and just having a quick look at the overall vocal and try to get a bit of a better balance, remove any frequencies that are coming out of the microphone that I don't like, any room noise, anything like that. So we'll play it, and the Pro Q3, if you don't know, has this really cool feature. It's like, I call it freeze mode. I don't know if that's what it's called. But we can basically hold down
man for a quick pick and mix sales, live with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes.
And it keeps,
but we still bought 3 and sold 4.
And it keeps all of these peaks here. And then even when I pause it, it stays there. So I'm starting to get a visual element of what's poking out too much, as well, obviously, as using your ears. Don't just like go around and just remove everything that you think that is peaking, that is telling you to, because it might not need it.
Yo, Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes.
So firstly, obviously, I can just hear that S poking out too much. That's clearly around this frequency here. So we can just duck that a little bit. And then I tend to just narrow it just a touch. And I make it dynamic. And then I pull back up the gain and just pull the dynamic down just so it's pulsating, almost acting as a de-esser.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a
Overall, there's like a little bit too much low end here, so I'm just gonna duck it a touch.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of
Slightly
fortunes.
dynamic,
But we still bought
so
three
it's
and sold four of them,
pulsating.
weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling, summer's over.
And then this outside, that frequency there is poking out, and I can see it's one of these guys here. So we're just here.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on. Never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still bought three and sold
then we
four
can
of them,
narrow
weren't known
that.
to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling, summer's over, I got the ear and I was calling. Rally soul, cause I'm on the ball, literally. If you see me running through on the golden, just.
And then there's the bottom end of that S. I always say that there's two parts to an S, low and high parts of the S. That's poking out.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes.
And then again there, that up, that's another frequency that's poking out too much for me.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a
Just A/B
family of
that.
fortunes. But we still bought three and sold four of them, weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on that.
So you can already hear it's a lot more controlled. I removed some of those annoying frequencies. I tend to go back to this EQ sometimes as I get further into the mix, if I'm like listening to other sections of the song and there's certain things that are poking out or whatever, but these are just like the main ones, just like a quick rough idea. From there, obviously noting where our S's is, like 8.6K, 5.2K, I will get an actual de-esser and just start to soften that a bit. So we use the Pro de-esser from FabFilter, and then I'll just tuck this in to open this up, sorry, to around 6K, and then it wasn't going very much higher than 10, and then I can play this.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes. But
Section is the band in which that you are, it's going to duck your S's.
yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought three and sold four.
What I'm looking for, I'm not really looking to remove the S, I'm just looking for it to be tamed. I hear sometimes too much de-essing going on, and then it actually makes it sound like the vocalist has a bit of a lisp. So it's just like a subtle one.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family.
That's nice. And then from there, my next go-to is the multiband. So again, I sort of treating this as my first stage compression, but it's like I'm almost taming the frequencies again. So I'll get my low end out.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix,
and
seals
that
liberal.
low end, I want it there, but it's quite boomy and it's very round. I want it to be a bit tighter and more controlled. So I'll do a fast attack and fairly fast release to give it that pulsating tightness that I want from the low end.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought three and sold four of them, weren't known to pierce man's skin.
And I normally just have the three bands. I have like a wide mid band going up to roughly where that S started, where we started de-essing. And here I want a slow attack and slow release because I'm looking just to smoothen it up a little bit.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought three and sold four of them, weren't known to pierce man's skin like
And
Morgan.
then we have
But
the
stayed on
final one.
outside.
This will be, again, a lot tighter. And I tend to lower the range quite a lot and then boost. So I'm almost getting a little bit of top end clarity, but it's jumping quite.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never
gonna
come up
open that
on a
up a little
family
bit
of
more.
fortunes. But we still bought three and sold four of them, weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling, summer's over, I got the ear and I was cool.
So again, a lot more controlled, just feels a lot smoother. And we definitely tamed that low end. So that's sort of like most of the tidying I would do in a nutshell. Just sort of like getting the vocal to like a good standard before I really start to like add some character to it. So we can just A/B this.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family.
And then with.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up.
So you hear it's a lot more clear. It's a little bit more top end in there, and it just sounds a bit more rich and a bit more polished and a bit more professional, really. And so from here, this is where I would add my, you know, first stage heavy lifter compressor. So, and the one that I tend to use for like rap vocals is the 1176. And I will get a bit of compression going. My go-to settings on the attack and release is a slow attack and a fast release, helping just make it, getting those transients through whilst taming the back end and getting a slightly pulsy, aggressive sound out of the 1176. And I'll just pull up this input until I'm roughly getting around 5 to 7 dB. So I'll put this at 8, and we're looking at getting like 5 to 7 dB compression.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them, weren't known to peers man skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling, summer's over.
And straight away, obviously, you can hear like a massive jump in gain, but like you can hear some of that character being added to the vocal, and it's really controlling the vocal and making it very upfront and very aggressive, which obviously listening to the reference is something that the artist is after, is what they're looking for.
Yo, you selling.
So, and then from here, what I do is I unsolo, and then I use my output gain to regain stage into the beat.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them, weren't known to peers man skin like Morgan, but we stayed on the outside brawling, summer's over, I got an ear and I was calling, rally so cause I'm on the ball, literally, if you see me running through on the goal then just kick it to me, rainbow flick energy, the way I finish beats ever so heavily, mad brothers moving with don't need your jealousy, and this baddie keep on calling my phone, but I told her I'm paving my own legacy, ain't got the time so I freeball the G's, ease, all of my Eeps, young one and free,
Right there, sounds nice. Maybe still a little bit too loud, but we'll figure that out in a minute. Just fine tuning the gain. But that sounded nice to me, and it sounded very rounded and very, and adding quite a lot of character to it as well.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them, weren't known to peers man skin like Morgan, but we stayed on the outside.
Nice. And then from here, I want to add a little bit more character to certain elements of his vocal. So I'll be looking at like saturating it slightly. So what I tend to do is I'm either using a combination of the black box and Spectre, or one or the other. But I think for this vocal, I'll use a combination of both. So let's have a look at the black box. But yeah, so let's get this. This gets a lot of aggression and volume out. And again, it's just a character box. It's just a character box. So we'll turn it on. We'll hit play.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions,
So
never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still
quite a
bought 3 and
lot
sold
of
4 of them, weren't known to
aggression.
peers man skin like Morgan,
Just gonna
but
pull
we
the
stayed on the
saturation down
outside
a little
brawling,
bit.
summer's over, I got an ear and I was calling, rally so cause I'm on the ball,
Turn the air
literally, if you see me running through on the goal then just kick it to me, rainbow flick energy, the way I finish beats ever so heavily, mad brothers moving
And I
with don't
might
need your
just
jealousy,
blend the mix
and this
a
baddie
bit.
keep on calling my phone, but I
Soften
told her
it
I'm
up a
paving my
little
own
bit.
legacy, ain't got the time so I freeball the G's, ease, all of my Eeps, young one and free, we walk through the street, eats. If she feel hungry, I give her a meal like bon appetit, roll up your sleeve, Eves, and don't spill the tea,
And that's sounding nice to me. And then really, I'm just looking for a little bit more shine on that top end. So let's have a look at Spectre and see if that can give it to us. So with this, I like this. It's a saturator, but it's split into all these different bands. And then each band, you can pick the kind of saturation that you're looking for. So I normally go for like a tube or a tape on the top end. I'll just pull this up by like 3 dB at the 10K mark and see what we're saying.
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, seals liberal with portions, never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them, weren't known to peers man skin like Morgan, but we we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the air and I was cooling. Rally so, cause I'm on the ball, literally. If you see me running through on the go, then just kick it to me. Rainbow
set to 50% mix, so it's a blend. But I quite like that, maybe just a little less. That's sounding good. And then from there, we've got real character going on now. We A/B this.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside.
The only thing that I'm hearing is I might just take this low end down a little bit because it still sounds a little bit boomy. So I'll just take the output of that band.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come.
That's enough. That sounds nice. And now I'm going to get Soothe involved. Soothe 2. And this is nice because it's sort of like, it's almost like AI, EQ, removing harmonies that are too sharp sort of thing. And it's just, I like to put it on there almost as like a safeguard after I put all this like saturation on, just to round off certain things, smooth certain things out. And I tend to just like leave the mid alone. And then I just look at the real low end of the vocal and then the top end of the vocal. And that's...
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions.
And I want it to be a bit sharper.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan.
And then just lower the mix slightly.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes.
Put the attack down, release slightly up.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like...
There's a slight like noise. I love what this plugin does, but there's a slight noise it creates with it that annoys me on the very top end.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the air and I was cooling. Rally so, cause I'm on the ball, literally. If you see me running through on the go, then just kick it to me. Rainbow flick energy, the way I finish beats ever so heavily. Mad brothers moving with, don't need your jealousy. And this baddie keep on calling my phone, but I told her I'm paving my own legacy. Ain't got the time, so I freeball the G's. Ease, all of my P.
Nice, that's sounding good. We'll just A/B that.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes.
Almost treat it like sandpaper. It's just like sanding off those last few bits for me. And then normally now what I do just to catch the last couple of peaks that could be coming out and just have a nice smooth compression, I'll put like a transparent compression on the end here. I'll do a slow attack, slow release, and I'm just looking for like literally maximum 3 dB compression. Just pull the ratio down a little bit.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the air and I was cooling. Rally so, cause I'm on the ball, literally. If you see me running through on the go, then just kick it to me. Rainbow flick energy, the way I finish beats ever so heavily. Mad brothers moving with, don't need your jealousy. And this baddie keep on calling.
Nice. And then from there, it's just... Again, it's creating a little bit of atmosphere. So what I'll show you what I've already put on, what I had on the mix. So not that. We had a little bit of Valhalla. And obviously it was like tighter pre-delay, shortish decay. And I've EQ'd it. So it's just a real small band of the mids being shown. And really this would have just been super now.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix sales liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes. But we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan. But we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the air and I was cooling. Rally so, cause I'm...
Probably one of the biggest difference between my mix and their reference was obviously he had quite a bit more reverb and stuff on his, but I feel like it didn't need it. It was like nice that it was sort of open. And then this would have been a, sorry guys, the GoPro cut out, so you're just gonna have to deal with this camera for now. And then as I was saying, this would have been a sort of request from the client for a particular sound that they like using. So I would have blended this in.
Used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, it was liberal with portions. Never come up on a
I say that because I don't use that today, but it would have been like they wanted it, you know?
Yo, used to link boss man for a quick pick and mix, it was liberal with portions. Never come up on a family of fortunes, but we still bought 3 and sold 4 of them. Weren't known to pierce man's skin like Morgan, but we stayed on the outside brawling. Summer's over, I got the ear and I was cooling. Rally so cause I'm on the ball, literally. If you see me running through on the goal, then just kick it to me. Rainbow flick energy, the way I finish beats ever so heavily. My brother's moving with, don't need your jealousy. And this baddie keep on calling my phone, but I told her I'm paving my own legacy. Ain't got the time, so I freeball the G's. Ease, all of my Eeps, young one and free, we walk through the street, eats. If she feel hungry, I give her a meal like bon appetit, eat. Roll up your sleeve, Eves.
Nice. And, you know, obviously a bit more back and forth, testing it out on other speakers and stuff like that, just to make sure it's 100% perfect. Like I'll test it out on my mix cube, my headphones, jump into my car, you know, making sure the vocal sounds nice, balanced and full and rich across everything. So, but yeah, essentially this is sort of like the go-to chain. It doesn't change too much. Obviously the settings do, depending on the vocal and how it's been delivered. But for rap, this whole year and probably going into the next, it's been this chain. There might be some sort of small bus stuff that I put on right at the end of the mix just to help blend it and, you know, everything like click together. But for most part, yeah, that's the chain. Okay guys, so that was my vocal chain for 2024 for rap vocals anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and you enjoyed the techniques that I was talking about, I have 2 templates on my website at the moment, a recording template and a mixing template. The mixing template is basically a great foundational point to get you started with your mix from the jump. That's on there from $19.99 and it is the same mixing template that I use. And also the recording template as well, that is super easy. You just open up the template and hit record and you're good to go. You have a solid template there to start all your recording sessions with to get a good sound right from the jump. Again, template that I still use today. And if you did purchase those, you'll be helping out this channel quite a lot and me as well. So that would be appreciated. The link, as I said, will be below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more videos like this, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm releasing them weekly. And if you have any questions about anything to do with the vocal chain or any of my templates or anything music related, please leave them in the comments below and I will catch you guys in the next one. Safe. Boom.